Hello everyone! So today in this video, we're going to be learning how to solve right triangles and other triangles as well, using some key tools. Today we're going to focus on right triangle trigonometry or trig, and then the law of sines. And if we have enough time, we'll go over the law of cosines. But these are formulas to help us find missing sides or missing angles in different right triangles or just different triangles in general. So first off, we're going to start with example number 1. This is a right triangle. So you can see the little box, that's going to be 90 degrees. And then we got 30 degrees right there. So for solving these, we're going to remember SOHCAHTOA. So when we're solving these things, SOHCAHTOA is going to be our best friend. So if we're trying to find sine of something, or cosine or tangent, sine, cosine, and tangent, this is going to help us. But depending on what we're doing is which one of these we're going to use. So for this example, we're going to use sine, specifically because we have our degree right here, 30 degrees. And we're looking at trying to find the opposite side of the 30 degrees. And we have or are given the hypotenuse, which the hypotenuse is usually that longer side. And it's always across from the 90-degree angle. And so for the SOHCAHTOA, you know that. So we can see that sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Ka, or cosine, is adjacent, which would be right here instead, over hypotenuse. And then TOA is opposite over adjacent. So depending on where the points lie or what they're asking us to get is what we're going to use. For this case, we're using sine. So we're going to plug everything in. Sine, and we're given 30 degrees, equals, and then we're going to have x over 10. 10 because that's a hypotenuse, and then it's opposite over hypotenuse. We don't have the opposite. So to figure this out, we're going to multiply both sides by 10. Boom, boom, boom. Plug that into your calculator, and that's going to give you 5. Awesome. So we know that x is equal to 5. Perfect. Moving on to law of sines. So I wrote it out here for us, nice and neat. Law of sines states that sine A is equal, over A is equal to sine B over B, which is equal to sine C over C. And so when we're figuring this out, we're going to use what we're given and then try to figure out what we're not given. So for this, we have this triangle. That looks like a right triangle, but it's not. We're going, and we know that in a right triangle, everything equals 180 degrees. So for this one, we're going to know 40 plus 60 is equal to 100, meaning that we have 80 degrees left over. So no matter what, we can fill that out really fast. That's how you find C. And then we're given this side, which is the little a, and we're given the big A, and then we're trying to find, let's not find C, let's find B. So for this, remember that we know that we're going to do sine A over, if we go back to our equation, sine A over A equals sine B over B, which equals sine C over C. So if we write this all out, we got sine of A is 40 degrees over 10. And then we're going to equal it to sine, I'm going to move my thing over. Sine 60 over B. Okay, there we go. So we plugged everything in. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to rearrange things a little bit. I'm going to move this down. So with everything, we're going to try to put it equal to B. By doing that, we're going to get 10 sine 60 over sine 40. And that's just moving things over and getting things going. So if we plug this into a calculator, what it's going to give us is our final answer of 13.47 units. And that is going to be what our little b equals. So yeah, that's the law of cosines, and that's trig to help you solve a right triangle. So we use this formula, sine A plus sine B, over sine A over A equals sine B over B, etc. And then for this one, we're going to remember SOHCAHTOA. Have a great day.